Greetings, housemates, and welcome back to Learn to Play Endless Legend. I'm Phwop, and this is the Necrophage. So we finished turn 1 in the previous video, and now it's time to take a couple turns and approach this first quest objective and our first combat. Alright, so in a nearby region, adjacent region, there are haunts, and we must pacify them. That means destroy their village, bribe them, or parlay them. But our race can never learn to parlay or bribe, so it just means destroy. So first off, we need to know... So the quest will pin itself up here, and that's fine. When you get multiple quests, then you can manage them from this little grail here. Note that this is an objective in this quest. Digging in. Here's the quest. Here's the fluff. More fluff. Objective. This is the important part. This is your reward. You may not know what the reward is. This is going to be another objective with another reward. And then the quest will be complete. These rewards are the only rewards you get. You don't get a reward for finishing the whole quest. You just get one reward at a time per objective. So objectives are what count. Some objectives are real easy. Okay, first things first, we need to explore some more, but we also want to build up XP on our hero, who's currently got 10. Searching this ruin is going to be great, I hope. We get 5 titanium, nice. That stacks with our other 5 titanium. And it looks like we got 8 XP for searching the ruin. They must have adjusted the XP amounts. I suggest the game is much easier to play while zoomed out. If these things are a problem, there's a hotkey that lets you hide the interface. Although I'm pretty sure you still can't click. You see how these guys are hidden behind it? I'm pretty sure even if I hide the interface, yeah, you can't actually click on them. So hiding the interface is just a temporary fix. So zoom in if those things are in the way. Alright, so we want to find out where this region is so that we can plan accordingly. When you're scouting, the best thing to do is stick to the high ground and avoid forest if you can, because forest costs you extra movement. Now the question of to search ruins with an army that has no hero and thus forego the XP or not is a tough one. Since I have a lot of ocean around me, I feel like I might save this for my hero, as he can just go around and sweep up. If I could explore in a huge circle, I don't know that I would feel like I had the time to do so. Also note there's a ruin here. You can actually see their little ruiny glow. So I'm not going to sweat it. Now our choice is... so you can see on the left tooltip that says movement cost 2, these meteor fields. Our choice is to go up, right, or left. Now if you pull out, you might be able to see the name of the region. Once again, it helps. We live in EL.Np2. Let's advance. Alright, so here we meet another minor faction, the Kazanji. They have these demons who are flying troops and have chain lightning attacks, which means that if they hit one group and there's another group of enemies adjacent to them, that group will get shocked, and it'll actually daisy chain through as many enemy units as are adjacent to each other, doing about 20% of the initial strike's damage, which can be real sick. And they increase your influence, which is good if you're going to have a big, wide empire with a lot of cities. But that means that this definitely isn't Lethe, because it'll have haunts, not demons. In that case, let's keep going. I think we're going to actually pull back next turn. All right, here, an important thing to note, you cannot stop on ruins, but you can walk through them. All right, we still haven't gotten our second population. We will next turn. Can we shift over now? We can shift over to production now, and it will not delay our next population. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And we're done. Note that our mill foundry research has 2 turns. Our population grew. That's great. You can click on this and it'll open up the city tab, but we're already there. And they automatically assigned it to production. Sure, that's fine. Now I want to get this Founders Memorial up and running. Note that even if I have all these guys producing food, it'll be like 4 turns before we get that going. That's too much time. So we have 5 base, but we're now up to 14 total production. So making up for our lack of initial production with population is the way to go. All right, let us, you know what, let's go up and circle through. All right, minor faction, eyeless ones. Also not haunts. And note that this color border indicates another empire of some sort. Actually, the empires are always the same color. All right, eyeless ones, gotcha. Knowing the minor factions is actually pretty crucial, but let's save time. All right, so if it's not bordering us from up there, and yeah, let's head south. I like to not use all of my movement at once. Here are some haunts. This is probably the region we want to be in. So haunts are ended, that is undead, and flying. Disease immunity is great for us. They also have chain lightning. Flying units have a base movement speed of 3, but there are quite a few slow flying units like the demons, which means that they have their combat movement reduced by 1. So they move 2 spaces in combat. However, they're just as fast on the map as any other flying unit, which is speed 6. And Infantry Slayer is really just a product of their equipment, I believe. They give us increased science for every village once we have assimilated them. And they are in this region, so almost certainly this is the region we're looking for. And haunts are no joke in combat, so we're probably going to need all of our troops over there. All right, so that's it for this turn. Now, I want to... one thing to note about ruins is even if other people explore a given ruin, you always get 1 exploration of a ruin yourself. No matter how many other empires have explored them. They're not one shot, everyone gets a chance. So that's nice. So it'll be a little while. Looks like 2 turns until our this group can participate in combat. So let us spend a turn looking at this other region we're already in. Yeah, okay. I guess that was enough. Because this is going to be a kind of tricksy thing I'm going to pull off here. All right, we're producing away this Founders Memorial because it's going to give us a little bit of all the good resources races need to survive. Mill Foundry completed. We want to build one of those as soon as possible. So let's go to the city. Now, there are 3 buttons you can hold when clicking on building stuff that'll do some interesting things. You can hold left control, left alt, and left shift. If you hold left shift and you click on Mill Foundry, it'll apply it to the top of every one of your city's build lists. Control click will always put it at the bottom, and alt click will put it at the top of just that city. Now we actually want it in the middle, so it's nice that there's a drag and drop. Since it produces industry, not only will completing the Founders Memorial make it, it'll count it for this percentage increase of industry. Plus, building it early will mean that everything else we build later is better. And that percentage bonus, of course, will apply to our population's production. Okay, now these guys, we want to get as close as possible to this haunt village we're going to attack. And I think I can take it. And then, oh my goodness, look at all these anomalies. What? That's like 4 anomalies. That's crazy. All right, so one trick to starting combat that is outrageously useful and no one shows you. If I right click on here, then you see this gray box that appears, right? That gray box indicates what terrain will be used in the coming combat. It's based on how you and your opponent, the hex I'm in and the hex my opponent is in, it basically goes 4 back and 4 up. Note that my city is actually inside of this box, and so is my other army. That means that they will be able to reinforce me. I'll actually be able to use my city's militia in this fight, which is what's going to make it manageable. And you'll note that these guys got just close enough using all of their movement to participate. If that wasn't enough, we could move diagonally up 1, which would be fine. So yeah, super important. Note that I'm just holding down right click. As I right clicked on it and held instead of letting go. When you let go, you get the choice to attack or not. This indicates it'll use your army action, of which you only get 1 per turn. Army actions, note these guys have 1 army action and it'll be used up by participating with us. So they won't be able to participate in more battles or instigate battles of their own once they help us out. All right, so this has been the next couple turns of starting off, and you can see how we've already searched. We've developed a little bit of the area around us. We're following through on our quest because we want those sweet, sweet rewards, and I happen to know that the Necrophage quest will give you a bonus hero in fairly short order, and most of the quests will also give you a couple extra units right off the bat. It can be really, really useful. Plus, haunts are pretty sweet since they increase your science and they're immune to disease. A great combo for us. So, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this introduction to the starting phase of the game for Necrophage. I am going to try and do every race, get a couple of videos in at least, and try and explain how the mechanics work. The next video is going to be a short battle against the haunts, kind of basic starting battles, how to get the most out of the few units you have, and of course, if you can, these militia that will be joining us, and you'll get to see some of the reinforcement actions and how combat works. So, thank you for watching. If you learned something from the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more when they come out, subscribe, and of course, remember that it is always downhill from here.